Anjana ma'am arrived. Anjana is here. Anjana is here. Call Anjana, no problem.
Okay, okay, sure.
Tell her to unmute.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Our meeting will be start in within 1 minute.
Dr. Rajesh, you
Okay.
can show your face.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Our meeting will be start in within 1 minute.
Anjana, please unmute.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible right now.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Respected chief guest, guest of honors, invited speakers, and all the participants. Professional Institute of Business heartily welcomes you once again in two-day international webinar on necessity of positive psychological approach to others. As we already discussed yesterday about how psychology is important aspect of day-to-day life, our guest of honors, Ishita ma'am, Dimpy ma'am, Sadhna ma'am, and Poojan ma'am, already lighten up the aspects of psychology in our daily life. We all know that positive psychology has a great impact on our daily life. Today, we are here with invited speakers with some more ideas, and they will lead us to another approach. Connecting with others gives us a sense of inclusion, connection, interaction, safety, and community. Staying connected and getting reconnected fit the flow of goodness which empowers our humanity. So let's connect together and spread humanity through this webinar. So, without wasting any time in the process of connecting others, I would like to welcome our chief guest, Dr. M. A. Khalid sir. He is having 38 years of experience in various fields of psychology, currently working as senior faculty of MBA and EMBA program in AUST, Bangladesh. Sir, please bless us with your welcome note. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Good evening. Thanks to Anjana Bhattacharya as Associate Professor of Tripura University and the young psychologist Sweta Bhageswari and Anisha. And also I can see on Anisha Chakraborty. Okay, welcome to all of you to deliver your valuable speech so that we can be benefited from you, negative to positive, and positive vibes to others as well. We understand, we psychologists can measure what is positive and negative, but general people, they can also measure if we can poke to them, if we can enrich to them. So this is not for the psychological chapter within the limitations. This is for everyone, every individuals, every person, man or woman across the world. If we use the positivity, we will feel happy and other will also enjoy. So this is the, so I hand over to Nandini De to welcome some research person. Thank you. Thank you everybody for joining with us.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request Anjana ma'am to come up with the innovative ideas about positive psychology. She is Associate Professor of Department of Psychology in Tripura University, gold medalist and having highest score in psychology in Calcutta University. Please, Anjana ma'am, give us innovative ways through your presentation. Please, ma'am, over to you.
Good
Hello,
afternoon,
Anjana.
everybody. I hope that you are all fine in this pandemic situation. We have to be fine because when we talk about happiness, positive psychology, so we have to be very positive even in the very negative situations. So at first, I would like to express my sincere gratitude for inviting me in this 2 days international workshop on necessity of positive psychological approach to others, organized by Professional Institute of Business, Dhaka, Bangladesh. I would like to express my sincere thanks, especially to Professor Khalid Sir, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to express my ideas, to share my viewpoints, to express my ideas in front of you in this platform. Actually, for I was not there yesterday due to some my personal reason. I could not attend the yesterday's this deliberation, but I was going through all this recorded one, and it was wonderful. All the resource person has mentioned about many areas of positive psychology and their importance. Today, I think actually I was thinking that on which area there are so many areas of positive psychology, and when we talk about necessary, it's like you have to. I was feeling that I have to pick up a maybe some drops of water from the ocean. Like if I feel that if I talk about necessity of positive psychology, it's like so huge, so vast, it's boundless, it does not has any boundary, rather to say. So I was thinking, then I thought that let me talk about happiness. Actually, all of us wants to be happy in our life, and this is our goal, and we all aspire for that. When I talk about happiness, actually the title of my presentation, or I would like to talk about happiness, the aspiration of life. When we talk about happiness, this particular concept was being, as we have already, we all know that it has been laid down by Martin Seligman. As actually yesterday was also talking, some resource person was talking that earlier, in the field of psychology, most of the this emphasis was on clinical aspect. That means it was on more on negative side, like whether the person is depressed, whether the person is sad, whether the person is very much anxious, stressful, and so on. So mainly the psychological this task area was more on negative emotions rather than positive side. So Martin Seligman, the first, who is known as father of positive psychology, who basically first emphasized this area, that we have to talk about the positive aspects of individual, not only talking about the weaknesses and negative part, rather we can talk about positive sides which can be enhanced, and automatically the negative part will be less or will be minimized. So in the year 2002, first Martin Seligman, basically in his book Authentic Happiness, he was talking about three orientation of happiness. The first theory was PEM theory. What is that? Pleasure, engagement, and meaning. Later on, he realized that might be some areas are not incorporated, which is very important when we talk about happiness. And then after 9 years, that is in the year 2011, he wrote a new book which is named as Flourish, where he actually talked about his brainchild, Pharma theory, where he incorporated two more aspects, that is accomplishment and positive relationship, apart from pleasure, engagement, and meaning, which he talked about 9 years before in his PEM theory. So Seligman was actually interested to say that when we talk about happiness, we have to engage ourselves in pleasurable activity. We have to have some relationship which gives us happy, which makes us happy, or which boost up our mood, and accomplishment. So I'm not going into detail what Seligman has told, rather as a student of psychology, what I feel about happiness. And I'll talk about happiness, and also one of the very important positive aspect of positive psychology, that is spirituality, how spirituality and happiness is connected, and how the spirituality is helping us to feel more happy. So let's begin with that one. I'm sorry, I'm not able to, though I have made my PPT, but due to some technical reason, I'm not able to share my PPT all of you, because I'm not able to show it in my mobile. if I show it from this one, then just 1 minute. How to go? Sorry, no idea. Anyway, I'll just continue. Actually, in recent
Excuse me,
years,
ma'am.
that,
Anjana, ma'am, you can
yeah.
share your PPT through screen share. You are using mobile, right? You can start from screen share.
No, actually, Nandini madam, what happened? This PPT is in my desktop, and I
Okay,
could not
okay,
get
no
time to
issues, ma'am.
transfer it into mail or somewhere. I can show it in this one. And
Okay,
in my
sure, no
desktop, I
problem.
have just got this desktop newly, and there is no this one. What is called camera is not there. So that is the
Okay,
technical
okay,
problem.
no problem,
Anyways,
ma'am. You can
I'll
continue
try
with
my
your
best to explain it
verbal.
without
Yeah.
PPT. Am I audible? Clearly audible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am, you are clearly audible.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Actually, this is a very new concept, as we know that positive psychology itself a new concept in the field of psychology. And this paradigm shift has been made not before, 20, 30 years back when Seligman was first talk about positive, giving more emphasis on positive psychology. So, as I told that happiness, we all want to be happy. So what happiness actually is? Actually, when we talk about happiness, it's not it's a journey. It's not a destination. Often we feel that if I got this one, if I got this award, I'll be happy. If I achieve this one, I'll be happy. Like we often talk about the, some gain, materialistic gain, but happiness is beyond that materialistic gain. Happiness is beyond that. I'll get something and then I'll be happy. It's beyond something like that. In this world, actually, we know that our life is becoming more and more complex, and in this materialistic world, our demands are actually increasing day by day. We know all of us are very much well known with this fact. And actually, we most of the people and communities actually judge our success by measuring material wealth. How many cars I have, how many, how whether I have 2 flats, 3 flats, or I have some land. So these are the materialistic wealth, and we often judge our happiness on the basis of this material wealth. We often cherish our personal demands and neglect the social responsibility. So what happens when we cherish our demands and neglect the social responsibility? As a result, we can neither be happy. That means I, as a person, I cannot be happy. And when I'm not happy, it's obvious that I'll not be able to make others happy. And that is actually happening at this moment, that neither we are happy, neither we are make others happy. So one of the very interesting story I like to share with all of you regarding happiness. This I learned from the course of Lord Buddha, who is the founder of Buddhism, the religion, Buddhist religion. So one day one man come to Lord Buddha, and he was asking Lord Buddha, just bless me. I want happiness. So Lord Buddha smiled and he just said, okay, fine, I can give you happiness, but there are some conditions. You have to follow my condition. The man replied, okay, fine, tell me what I have to do. Lord Buddha again smiled and told him that, okay, first, your sentence was, I want happiness. So first you remove I. Okay, I want happiness. First you remove I, that's your ego. Then remove your that word want, that is your desire. Now see, if you remove I want happiness from that your point, if you remove I and if you remove want, these two words if you remove, then you will be automatically left with happiness only. So what the Buddhist opinion is that this I, that is very selfishness. If the people become very selfish, then the person cannot be happy. On the other side, if we have lots of desires, I want this, I want that, then we cannot be happy with the things which we have. So today I'm not going to talk about the definitions given by different psychologists. Rather, I will try to talk about one religion perspective, that Lord Buddha, what he talks about happiness, and from philosophical point of view. Once again, when there are different quotes of Lord Buddha regarding happiness. So according to Lord Buddha, happiness does not depend on what you have or what you are. That means it does not depend what you have or what you are. It solely relies what you think. That means it depends. If I think that I am happy, I will feel happy. If I think that I am not happy, I'll not feel happy. So that feeling of happiness depends on my thinking. One of the very significant philosopher, Indian philosopher, Mahatma Gandhi, who is also known as father of the nation, our country. According to Mahatma Gandhi, happiness is when what we think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. That means we'll be happy when what our thinking process, our actions, our verbal communications will be in the we will be in harmony or will be in cohesive manner, then we'll be feeling happy. Michael Gelbart, another philosopher, according to him, true happiness is an acceptance of life as it is given to us, with its diminishment, misery, uncontrollability, and all. With all this diminishment and the mystery of life, we are not able to control our life. With all this, if we feel happy, that means the way I am accepting my life, that is my true happiness. That what I am having, I am happy with this. So according to him, this is the definition of happiness. Basically, happiness is in our life depends on quality of our thought, as rightly Lord Buddha and Mahatma Gandhi has said. And as I mentioned that it's a journey, it's not a destination. It's not that I'll be achieving this, so I'll be happy. I'll be achieving that, then I'll be happy. It's a journey. It's a state of mind. And actually, it's a happiness is a fundamental human goal and universal aspiration, as we all want to be happy. And often it is now this new concept, this gross happiness index, this GHI, gross happiness index, which has been first talked in the small country Bhutan, where they have emphasized that if the people of one nation wants to be have this, the quality of life, if we want to measure the quality of life a person, not only we have to measure in terms of economy, in terms of wealth, or in terms of development, we have to think about in terms of whether the people are happy or not. So this gross happiness index was first talked about. It was first taken into consideration in Bhutan. For any country, after that, it has been discussed in randomly different countries. And for any country, the gross national happiness depends on sustainability development for eradicating poverty and inequality, and to enhance both subjective and social well-being. And according to different psychologists and social psychologists particularly, when we talk about happiness, this happiness index covers 4 aspects of community vitality, which actually Seligman also mentioned in his Parma theory, that relationship. He has also given emphasis on relationship, positive relationship. And when we talk about happiness index, there also we just see that there are relationship, and this relationship, social relationship, depends on social support, community relationship, family relationship, and one of the very important part, when we feel happy and satisfied, if we are safe from crime and violence. When we talk about social happiness or gross national happiness, these 4 important aspects are there. Now the question is that whether happiness depends on money or not. There are many researchers who have been done this research, that whether happiness, the state of mind, this happy state of mind is related with the economical situations of the person or not. Then actually different studies has been done, and it has been found that it is not this happiness and this poverty or economical condition of a person is not actually so much related. I'm just citing one research which has been done in West Bengal, particularly among the slum dwellers of Calcutta, and they found that the slum dwellers are so happy, and they have reported that their social lives and their social connection among the community is so high that they feel happy. So they have made, from this research work, they have come to conclusion that while the poor of Calcutta do not lead a very better or very prosperous lives, but they do live meaningful life, which is very important, which again talked by Seligman, that meaning in life. which again and again Seligman has emphasized that we have to have some meaning in our life. So here in this research work, Biswas and Dinar in the year 2001, they found that happiness and the economical condition of a person are not actually related. In the year 2004, Uchida et al., they have done another research, and that was on cultural aspect, cross-cultural research, and they have done this happiness among the European and American people, and found that they identify in the European American context that happiness is more associated with the achievement of personal goals. That means the European and American people, they actually feel more happy when they achieve more goals, or when they attain their goals which they have set. While in the East Asian context, that means while in the Asian context, happiness seems to be depend much more on the realization of positive social relationship. That means here we feel more happy if we are socially connected with others, if we feel that we are the part of the society, our self is a part of social self. This is another research work done by Uchida et al. 2004, who actually tried to find out whether the cultural impact is there on the feeling of happiness or not. Now coming to another important aspect, that when we talk about happiness, the spirituality, how spirituality is linked with our happiness. Different researcher all over the world has done many research work, and it has been found that even in Indian population also, it has been found that spirituality, or the people who have high spiritual sense, they are, irrespective of their age, caste, community, and gender, they are more happy. They feel more happy. This has been done by many researchers like Ghosh in the year 2014, Sharmayan in the year 2015, and so on. Even in Tripura, I have done one research work just last year. One of my research scholar has done. Now we have done this one on happiness and spirituality, whether spirituality is related with well-being and happiness of a person or not, and we find the positive, significant positive relationship. Those who scored high in the spirituality questionnaire, they have got high score in well-being and happiness index also. Now, what is spirituality? Actually, when we talk about spirituality, often people think that spirituality means that, the religion. That the people are those who are spiritual, that means they are more religious. But spirituality and religion are not same. Whether any religion, whether Hinduism, Christianity, or Jainism, or Muslim religion, whatever the religion is, that it's not it's not same. Like, though there is connection between religion and spirituality, but it's not same. What is the difference? Actually, simply spirituality means that religion. If I talk about religion means it usually refers to an organized set of beliefs by a group of people who perceive themselves as different from others. Suppose if I am Hindu, I perceive that I am Hindu, I am different from Muslim. If somebody is Muslim, by religion, the people think that, okay, fine, I am Muslim, I am different from Buddhist. So like that, religion, actually, when we talk about religion makes division among people in the name of religion, by the name of religion. But when I talk about spirituality, it connects with people with one another, because it's beyond religion. Spirituality is not actually religion, as I have mentioned. It's being spiritual. What is the term? If I say that being spiritual, it means that you are in touch with your own divine self. That means I am connected with my divine self, my own divine self. When I talk about, as I said, that religion and spirituality is not similar. When I talk about religion is that when I take bath, I have been communalized that I am Hindu, you are Muslim, means in which family I take birth, like in Hindu family or Muslim family or Christian family. Accordingly, we started believing that this is my religion, and by seeing others, we start practicing our own religious rituals. So religion, when I talk about religion is a belief about somebody's, or it's a belief about someone else's experience. Whereas when I talk about spirituality, it's having our own experience. But as I told that the difference is there, but still there are some connection, because all the religions, religious, the gurus, the saints, they actually talk about the spirituality. They actually give more importance or to be merciful, to be a pacemaker, to be have purified heart, to respect parents. That means all the spiritual values they have talked about. Unfortunately, we don't follow that, and we fight amongst ourselves in the name of spirituality. So spirituality is about speaking a meaningful connection with something bigger than us, which can result in positive emotions. Why are I talking about spirituality when I talk about happiness? Because spirituality is connecting with positive emotions such as hope, joy, peace, gratitude, love, pride, and so on. And if we practice spirituality, what will happen if we practice spirituality? Spirituality actually help us to be more honest, to be more courageous, to have more patience, to have more tolerance level, to have more compassion, to be more kind, to be more generous, to have joy, hope. So these are all spiritual values. So all these, if we practice all these spiritual values, like if we start loving others, if we start loving ourselves, so automatically the feeling of happiness, will feel happy, will feel contented, which is another very important positive the spiritual value, contentment. And this will be feeling contented, and automatically our feeling of happiness will increase. Many researchers have found that spirituality not only enables a person to deal effectively to stresses or tensions that we actually face in our day-to-day life due to many reasons, but it also helps us to improve our well-being and mental health. Many studies, I'm not citing, like Quinn et al. And Williams et al. They have made this many research work which has shown that the spirituality is positively connected with immune system. And at this pandemic corona situation, we know that due to this, if our immunity system is not is not good, then we'll be infected. So again, this spirituality, as spirituality is positively related with our immune system, so we can say that at this pandemic situation, if we start practicing spirituality, it will enhance our well-being, it will enhance our happiness. So how we can improve our happiness? There are some techniques through which we can improve our happiness. I'm just end of my lecture, just 5 minutes more. That we have to listen our own voice. We have to know our own strength, which actually Seligman has talked about character strength. We have to our signature strength. We have to know our own strength. We have to know our own weaknesses. Then we can find a balance into those. Here I am citing one important quote by Swami Vivekananda, who actually talked about that we have to talk with ourselves. We have to give more importance to give ourselves, that he was quote within quote, that talk to yourself at least once in a day. Otherwise, you may miss a meeting with an excellent person in this world. So if we want to be happy, we have to feel happy from within us, from inside, that I am happy from my core of my heart. And this happiness actually does not depend what actually I am having, whether I am having a good job, whether I am having a big house, whether I am having a big car, or whatever the things is there. So this is happiness is a feeling which you feel from your inside. And nobody, actually, you can be only your teacher, which or you can be only your guide in terms of happiness, because there is no other teacher who can teach you to be more to love yourself more, to be more happy. So you have to be your own teacher. As I mentioned, that we have to be love ourselves. We have to accept our imperfection. We have to believe that we are not perfect. Nobody in this world is perfect. So there is, we should not feel unhappy. We should not feel pain. We should not feel sad or depressed. thinking that this is not there. So, I'm not perfect in these parameters. So in this world, nobody is perfect. So we have to be happy with our imperfections. We have to be happy with our own weakness, and we have to be, we have to be love, and we have to believe that we are beautiful, because it's me. At the end of the day, it's me which matters a lot. Another important aspect to be feel happy, to help somebody else every day, to maintain a social relationship, or if you talk about spiritual also, we'll be feeling very happy if we can extend a simple help to others. If you engage ourselves, even in the pandemic situation also, if we can engage ourselves into social activities from which we can be a part of the society, from which we can feel that yes, there is a meaning of my life, which actually Seligman has talked about, that life is more than just thinking about self. It's more about giving also. It's more about feeling, feeling accomplished. It's more about be a part of the society. And last but not the least, that we have to think positive all the time, because positive thinking is very important. If we think positive, one simple negative thought, what will happen if one negative thought will come into my mind, then automatically that will give birth to another negative thought, then again another negative thought. In that way, there used to be a chain of negative thoughts. So if we need to cut that negative thoughts, or we need to break the chain of negative thoughts, we have to be very positive in our mind. We have to think that whatever the circumstances is, whatever the pandemic situation is, whatever the negative situation is there, it is for the time being. Everything will be okay, everything will be, after that time everything will be fine, and we can lead a very happy and healthy, and you can say that productive life. So positive thinking is, in that sense, is very important. And we should not complain. Actually, we feel unhappy when there is many complain. We often complain about others when when the problems arise. Many times during the counseling sessions in the university, students often come that and complain that this happens, he or she told me like this, so I feel sad. So why we feel sad, or sometimes even it may happen, this is so interesting, that after doing lots of good work, we need the good compliments for others. Then why to wait from compliments from other? Why don't you believe, and why don't you say, okay, very good, well done? You need to we boost up your own self in this way. You need to give emphasize. You need to what to say, you need to say good words about yourself. We don't need to wait for others to come and to say, okay, done, well done, well done, well done. So this is also another way that we feel often sad, that oh my goodness, I have did so many good works, still nobody nobody compliment me, or nobody say that well done or something like that. So why should we wait for others? So let us not wait for others. Let us not complain about others. Rather, let us give more to the society without any expectation in our mind that if I give this, I will get something in return. So all these, have this unhappiness depends on this thought that if I give something, done. So this thought process we need to change. We need to be when we are doing something for the society, we should not think that I'll be getting something in return. So that is the that thinking pattern actually gives us pain. And if we want to be happy, we need to laugh. We need to exercise laughing. Laughing is contagious. If I start laughing, then automatically the people surrounding us will also start smiling, laughing. So we must smile, we must laugh, even in the very very sad moments, even in the very painful moments, we can express our happiness which is there inside ourselves. We can spend some time with nature, we can exercise different spiritual values, we can engage ourselves into different activities from which we can get pleasure. So lastly, I'll just end with this thing, that we'll be happy actually if we can find a purpose of our life. that what we'll do, and if we do something with the happiness, with the positive mentality, definitely we'll be successful in attaining that goal. And expressing gratitude is also very important. At the end of the day, we must thank to the Almighty that, oh, thank God, at least I have this one. Actually, why we feel unhappy? Because we start comparing ourselves with others. He has this, she has this, I don't this. I'm not having this. He is having that. She is having that. So from that all comparison, the feeling of unhappiness comes. So we have to express our gratitude to the Almighty, saying that, thank God, at least I am having this. At least I am having a roof on my head. At least I am having, one bed to lie. There are thousands, lakhs of people who even does not have this. So thank God. So expressing gratitude is very important to feel happy. And last but not the least, that we have to, while to be happy, or if you really want to be happy, we have to choose the right company. Why right company? Because if we choose the wrong company, then what will happen? That the negative, if we surrounded by the negative people, the negative energy will bind, and automatically our mentality will be negative. So we have to try our best to be connected with the people who are positive minded, who are like minded. Then this we'll be feeling more happy. And last, that 6 important word to be happy, that I admit. If we admit that we made a mistake, that is good, and that's a relief. 5 important word, that you did a good job, that we need to say good words to others, then only our social relationship will be better. 4 important words are, what is your opinion? Often the problems arise that we don't want to hear from others. Always we just express our own opinion. So happiness actually nothing but it's a reality and the expectation, the balance between reality and expectation. And in reality, if we don't give that space to others, then we'll not be happy, and we'll not make others also happy. 3 very important words are, let's work together. So let us connect together. Let us make the world beautiful, happy together. 2 most important words are, thank you. As I said, that expressing gratitude is very important. And single most important word is we. So we have to remove I, which is our ego, and we have to believe on we. Then we'll be very happy. So this is my viewpoint regarding happiness. And I just tried to connect what Seligman has talked about in PEM theory and Karma theory, and how spirituality and happiness is connected. Uh, Thank you so much. I express my heartiest thankfulness and gratitude to the organizers for giving me these wonderful opportunities to express my thoughts, my views regarding happiness. And when I talk about definitely positive psychology. Thank you, one and all. Thank you so much.
Well said, ma'am. You have to grow from inside out. No one can teach you, none can make you spiritual. There is no other teacher but your own soul. But no one can make you happy but yourself. Thank you so much, Anjana ma'am, for giving us such an insightful learning regarding happiness and spirituality. We will take care of your words and we will practice this in our daily life. Thank you so much. Now our another guest of invited speaker is Sunita ma'am. I would like to welcome our invited speaker, Dr. Sunita ma'am. She was done her PhD from BHU. She is assistant professor of VR Degree College, Varanasi, and convener of Malviya Shiksha Niketan Educational Institute. Over to you, ma'am.
So first of all, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay. Okay. So very good evening to all of you, respected Khalid sir, Anjana ma'am, and all of other to whom I personally don't know, but I heard their big name. Am I audible?
Yes, please.
Okay. So namaste to all of you, first of all, and thanks to everyone for giving me this opportunity to express my views. So before starting, the sense of fantastic living. This is the topic what has drawn attention of scholars almost since the beginning of the intellectual history of mankind. What constitutes a good, or we can say one step ahead, better life? It has been a question of serious discussions and debate among scholars of humanities, social sciences, and natural sciences. At the same time, it has also been in the focus of everyday inquiry of common people. For example, when we meet someone we know, we often ask, "How are you?" This question seeks to probe into the well being of a person. An expression like, "I am fine," to the above question is generally taken to indicate a state of well being of the concerned person, while an expression like "not too bad," not too bad, it is, or not really good, it's generally taken to indicate the absence of well-being. So such expressions suggest that well-being indicates the person of a positive psychological disposition. From the like example, "I am fine," and also the absence of negative psychological disposition, "not really good." Numerous studies have shown that concepts of health and well-being are defined, understood, and interpreted differently across cultures. Today here I will present a paper which I have read, which will help to understand the notion of psychological well-being as held by women of Kharwar tribal groups living in Naugad region of Chandauli district of Uttar Pradesh in India. So I will present this study, and I would like to share, I think from screen share I can share this paper, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
You can share from your screen, from your phone also.
No, I am using my laptop, so
Okay.
maybe that I can show this paper. This is a very beneficial paper, it's good paper, and I want to share this to all of you.
Ma'am, please zoom it so that everyone can see.
Okay, so I'm trying to zoom because I am not very much competent about, regarding the technicality.
No issues, ma'am.
So
It
I'm
is
trying to.
visible.
Okay,
Ma'am, it is visible.
okay. So this is the paper, and I would like to come to the point in here. The present paper, you can see, say that the present paper reports a study carried out with women of Kharwar tribal group. Studies have pointed out that the ecological condition in which most of the tribal people negotiate their life present an important dimension of cultural variation, particularly in the Indian context. Tribal people constitute the weakest of the weaker section of the Indian society. So from the mainstream of society, they prefer to live in forests and hilly areas with a substantial level of economical activities based on hunting, gathering, and rudimentary agriculture. After the independence of the country, special attention was given to the tribal population for their overall development so that they could have full participation in the national economic order and could lead a better life than the life they traditionally lived. To this end, various programs have been formed and implemented by the central and state governments with the supports of NGOs. A number of economic educational, health, and human development reform programs are currently trying to promote well-being of tribal communities. Psychologists who have worked with the tribal people maintain that the problems that interfere with their optimal functioning result from the features of their cultural life. Their traditional knowledge and skills have been good enough to sustain them in their environment. Developmental activities of the government and other influences resulting from their contact with the outside world have introduced several changes in their traditional lifestyle with which they are not able to cope. The studies carried out with the Kharwar people indicates that the forced change in their life has produced not only problems of physical but also the mental health. The study was done in 1997 by Professor R.C. Misra and Mrs. Bajpayee in 1996. Also, this was the repeated studies done on this tribal groups. Women particularly seems to be oppressed by the social and cultural changes taking place in their region. In these studies, while Many women reported that their life was not happy and they did not feel good. The concepts of happy life and feel good were not analyzed. Hence, we do not know as to what will constitute a good and happy life for such women. If a qualitative changes in their life is to be brought about, these concepts need to be explained empirically so that the needs of the people for promotion of their well-being could be identified. In this present study, an attempt has been made to understand psychological well-being through the analysis of what Kharwar women consider to happy and good life. The study was carried out with the 100 Kharwar women from the age of 21 to 60 years. The sample was drawn from the several villages of Naugarh block in the Chandauli district, what I have earlier said of Uttar Pradesh. And since there are no irregular facilities in the region, Kharwas of Naugarh grow only rainy seasons. Guarding crops against animals is round the clock activities. The agricultural yield can feel them hardly for 3 to 4 months only. For the result, the year they have to depend solely on forest resources. The health status of the community generally appears to be poor, very poor, and some NGOs have started the programs of primary education and the health care in some villages. However, the life of Kharwar is full of many difficulties and constraints. Due to the pressure of economy, the new generation is moving out in search of wages to the cities areas, and in order to explore the notion of psychological well-being in the Kharwar group, women were interviewed with the help of questionnaires that focus on the understanding of a happy and good life. Women were interviewed individually by a local research assistant, in which we have done lots of fun. In particular, they were asked to tell the things that the person who is considered to be the happy possesses. They were also asked to tell whether their own life was happy or not. A third question probed into the things that might make their life happy or happier than the present and make them feel good. The answer given by the women were content analyzed and categorized, and you can almost looking at the overall finding, it may be concluded that the indicators of the psychological well-being measured in terms of happiness and feeling good in the Kharwar community are not exactly the same as indicated in studies of subjective or psychological well-being. They seem to be linked to the ecological and cultural features of the community. The notion of psychological well-being after this result, we can discuss it like the notion of the psychological well-being has been a matter of discussion among psychological and also other professionals for a long time. While there is no agreed upon meaning of the well-being, research carried out in the relation to subjective well-being has indicated life satisfaction, presence of positive mood, and absence of negative moods as the defining criteria of well-being. Researchers involved in the study of psychological well-being considered satisfaction and moods as the components of well-being, but they argued that the psychological well-being is more than that. It involves not only health, happiness, satisfaction, but also the notion of meaning and worth in life. What makes life meaningful and worthy is again a matter of cultural context in which a person negotiates his or her life. The finding of the present study indicate that the definition of meaning and worth depends a lot on the condition in which people live. For Kharwar women who still live with the forest resources and rudimentary agriculture, the meaning of life does not go beyond the basic needs. Since most of the families do not have enough food to sustain them, satisfactory economic activities, hunts, forests, and agriculture yield seem to characterize a happy life for these women, and they makes them feel good. The difficulties of the terrain also demand a sound and healthy condition of the body. Hence, it is not surprising that the women endorse health as another indicator of happiness. Community living, which salient feature of the tribal social life, is accorded equal importance. Members of the clan, neighbors, family members, including children, constitute a social network for the Kharwar community. The finding indicates that they all are represented in the cognition of Kharwar women in defining life happy and worth living. Self-determination theorists like Dacey 2001 argues that the satisfaction of cognitive needs is an essential ingredient of happy life or well-being. Our findings do not provide any support for this notion. The women did not mention anything that could be claimed to be cognitive in its pure sense. It seems that for communities and individuals who have not risen above the level of satisfaction of basic needs, goals of self-esteem and self-actualization do not matter much. It is also possible that their self-esteem and actualization get fulfilled through the satisfactory pursuit of economic and social needs. Another interpretation of the kind of the result found in the Kharwar community can be traced into the narrative of happy life that are commonly found to exist in Indian cultural setting. In traditional scriptures, absence of health problems, absence of debts, staying close to one's native place, company of good people, self-dependent economy, and absence of fears have been regarded as the core elements of happy life. The picture presented by Kharwar women seems to subscribe to this narrative. What seems to have been added? There is a few more elements which are locally salient in terms of the life of Kharwar community. This finding suggests that in the last we can say that this finding suggests that there could be no universal definition of psychological well-being. It is. And they also suggest that the use of standard instruments in the assessment of psychological well-being of different cultural groups will not appropriate. The indicators have to be developed locally using standards of overlap life drawn from the particular community. Thank you for the presentation. This is one of my paper which I have to send it for publication, and after listening that this is the psychological well-being webinar, I thought that this paper should be present here, and some of the experimental data is here, you can see here. And thank you very much for providing this platform to me. Thank you, Mr. Khalid sir, and thank you to organizer. Thank you, organizer, to having me here.
Okay.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing the research work. We are delighted to know about what are the aspects of positive psychology in tribal areas. It is so much knowledgeable for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Now I would like to welcome Dr. Clinical Psychologist Bhagyashree Kar. She is RCI registered clinical psychologist, has done her MPhil from SCB Cuttack and doing PhD from Rinpas, Jharkhand. She is doing her clinical psychology practice in Jharkhand only. Ma'am, please, over to you. Hello, Bhagyashree ma'am. Hello, Bhagyashree ma'am, can you hear me?
Okay. Hello.
Yes,
Bhagyashree ma'am, over to you.
Okay. I just put on my headphones, so just want to know. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. You can continue.
Okay. First of all, good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. And today, I just want to share my first the topic is actually necessity of positive psychological approach to others. So I thought this slide will justify because of this puzzle type of thing. As we all know, positivity is something we have to search for, and each and that comes when we think when we are complete. So every aspect of life presents one of the puzzle. When you are fixed with it, it is okay. So that's why the tagline I have written, sometimes the puzzle pieces fit in and sometimes they don't. So when they don't, we have negative experience, but when it fits in, we have that positive experience, like we are happy, we are delighted, and we means all those positive aspects of our personality comes out. So this presentation is made by me, Yashri Kar. I'm RCA registered clinical psychologist. So let's start. This topic will I will cover up in this topic positive psychology. What is positive psychology and the various concepts related to positive psychology, and there will be some learning through fun, as I have just included few bits. So already yesterday, ma'am, other speakers have discussed every aspect of this clinical positive psychology. But again, I'm just revising all those points and coming to the therapeutic. I will be discussing more on therapeutic part. As we know, Martin Seligman is considered as the father of modern positive psychology movement, as when he was the president of APA in 1998, he named this term, he coined this term positive psychology, which is actually, it operates on a strength model, which is contrary to the traditional pathological model. Like positive psychology founds out the strengths. What are the strengths of a person? What are the strengths of an individual? Rather than the pathological, what is wrong or what is negative. This is a science of happiness and others that makes life worth living. Happiness, gratitude, all those positive things which make our life a worth living life. This actually examines your weakness. We don't only talk about strength, but yes, it examines your weakness, but builds on them and maximizes human strength. Because when we know our weakness, we can work on them. So this is finding weakness and working on them. This is a scientific study of strength and virtues that enables individual and community to thrive. This is what actually is, if I will summarize it in 2 sentences, it is moving from what's wrong to what's strong. What is wrong with you and how you can get strong. This approach actually. Positive psychology is the scientific study of positive experiences and positive individual traits and the institutions that facilitate their development. This was the definition given by Seligman in 2005. And the basic assumptions of positive psychology is human goodness and excellence are an authentic as desire, disorder, and distress. We always focus on distress, desires, disease, disorder, distress. But there is also goodness and excellence. Why we don't focus on those things? We have to focus. So this positive psychological approach focuses on the goodness and excellence. Correct and imbalance. Correct the imbalance. We correct what is imbalanced, what is wrong with us. We correct it. Challenge the disease model. Call for interest in building the best thing in life. Yes, we want the best thing to build our life. Positive psychology focuses on the positive events and influences in life. How? The pillars of positive psychology actually helps in this, like positive experiences, all those happy moments, joyful moments, inspirations you got from anywhere, love, affection, everything. This is actually, I can summarize in 3 points, like contentment with the past. When you settle down with your past, you are in peace, you are happy. Happiness in the present. Then comes your present. At right now, you are happy. If you have no issue with your past, you have sorted out everything, you can be happy at this moment and hope for the future. Yes, you will hope. You have to keep your hope alive for your future. So these three things we have to remember for a positive experience. Then is positive states and traits. This is your strength and virtues, love and work. Your love and work goes hand in hand. When you love your work, when whatever things you love, you give your 100%. When your work, means you love your work, you will be giving your 100%. You will enjoy that thing. So then again, courage, compassion, resilience, creativity, self-knowledge, and wisdom. Everything comprises your positive strengths and states and traits. Then comes positive institutions, justice, responsibilities, all these comes. This is basically work-related issue, work-related area of your life. This is applying positive principles within entire organization and institution so that your employees will be having a good teamwork, have a leadership quality, they will develop, and this will help your organization to flourish. Then comes positive psychology. Is a study of, as I have already stated, positive psychology is the science of happiness. So of course it is a study, study of happiness. So what are the roads? What are the ways to happiness? The roads to happiness is pleasant life. Pleasant life is positive emotions about your past, present, and future. As I have told before, engaged life. Engaged life, you are engaged with your work, your family, your whatever engagement you have, because everything, work, family, studies, academics, everything makes our life. These are the components of our life. So everything comprises our life. So when you are engaged in your life, you will definitely be very peaceful, very happy. Meaningful life, yes. Meaning too. Wow means how much meaning we attach. Entitled belongs to and serve positive institutions. How much the meaning you attach to your life. When you are happy, you have for your means you are satisfied how much whatever you have. That is your meaning. Like I am giving that. Okay, fine. I am a clinical psychologist. I am giving my everything. Means I'm working. I'm doing my research work. Everything. So these things are actually giving meaning to your life. So whenever you are satisfied, you are engaged, you are happy with your life becomes meaningful. This is actually the PERMA model, which is again given by Seligman. This states the P stands for positive emotion, E stands for engagement, R stands for positive relationship, meaning, M stands for meaning, and A stands for accomplishment or achievement. Yes, positive emotions. When you have a positive, you are happy, you are peace, means having peace inside yourself. So you start engaging, you start working. Your work will be very nice. Your family, means all your engagements will be settled down. So that gradually leads to a positive relationship. There will be less conflict among colleagues, among family members. So you will have that. Then that leads to meaning. That gives a meaning to your life. Okay, I'm this. I am great with my family. I'm great with my work. And then you count your achievements. Your achievements will be, you don't have to count, your achievements will follow. So this is interconnected like this way. So let's search. This is how I am searching. This is a very representation as a story I'm telling you. Just compare your life as that jar. At the first, I have written that life. If this is your life, you are born with this type of life that, okay, I'm clear and everything. Then the dust or dirt comes up. I can compare all those dust with my expectation, negative thoughts. Everybody says, like, when I'm a student, you are a student, so you should be like this. You are as a human being, you should behave like this. You should do that. So all these things create a negative impact, sometimes positive, but I'm talking basically of negative here, negative impact and everything. So that scoops up, that scoop come to your life, and that becomes what the outcome is. Outcome is life filled with negativity. And then again, your drops of positivity, you will say, said, no, I have to be positive, 1 glass of water, 2 glass of water, but that won't, because you are totally acquainted with all those negative, you have accumulated all those negativity. So now the search becomes, now you took your pipe, like you don't have to add on, you have to find inside you. That is what I want to say by this explanation. You have to search inside that where I am, what I have, how I can fit in, and you have to find out. And gradually this becomes the last point, that positive outcomes. Gradually you will have that diluted version, and those, I can't say that every negative, you can remove each and every negativity, but yes, you can remove majority of your negative thoughts, negative things from your life, and have a happy, engaged, and prosperous life. This is what actually good and bad. We use this term good, this is good and that is bad. But according to my, what I think, it is like everyone have that both sides, yin and yang, and good and bad, devil and angel, whatever you name that. And this is what sometimes we try to balance those good and bad within us. Sometimes we measure how much good I have, how much, okay, fine. In this case, I have to put my good intentions, good things. And every person, and this term becomes very much like when it becomes situational, when you are good and what you label as good. You can't say, like, if I'm in a cheap colony, I can't say stealing is bad. So you have to, situations changes, your terms good and bad changes according to your situation. So finding positivity, I know many therapies are there, many things are there, but I want to suggest that there are various things, if I will open my senses very nicely, everywhere there is positivity, from a child's birth to everything. You can learn many things from children also. The way they actually they have that tendency. We as an adult, we can keep ego, but since we have our egos, and we don't, if we fight with we have some conflict with someone, we try to avoid, but that child will have conflict and forgot very quickly. So this is what we can learn from children. And then again, I have summarized, like, even we can find positivity with many things in our day-to-day life, which is very fun-loving, very nicely, like movies, books, talks and discussions, stories, adventures, clinical psychologists, everyone. Movies, there are various movies you can just go by and have some positive impact, because virtually we are seeing and we connect to them sometimes. So those who don't like books or something, they can go for this type of movies. I have quoted here Kung Fu Panda and Simba. This is actually, I have given this because in Simba, what I found, that even if throne is given to you, you have inherited your throne, but your positivity, your personality, your quality makes you the king. No, nothing else. People will only follow you if you are having all those good qualities. Then in Kung Fu Panda, you may not be something, your past may be anything, but what you choose now makes you what you are. So your choices makes you. Then comes books. Books, I have quoted few books here. There are lots of books which actually are very good to inspire you, to have some more, give you motivation when you are quite down. So then comes talks and discussions. Yes, when you sit down, talk to very informal persons, or even there are some talks like discussions made in various speech and motivators. So when you hear them, when you learn from them, their speeches actually have some positive impact, and we try to incorporate all those positivity to our behavior. Then comes clinical psychologist. Actually, clinical psychologist, as I am a clinical psychologist, that's why I have put this, because sometimes we have some negative thoughts, negative beliefs. Those must be addressed, and for that, the person is unable to do that by himself or herself. That's where the role of clinical psychologist comes. As they by this, there is nothing like magic. We can remove everything, but yes, we help them to cope up with those environment, those situations with a positive approach, by with an optimistic approach. Adventure, yes, when you go for travel or somewhere, there are many folktales, many people you interact with, and somehow they have some influence with you. And if you got nice people with you, nice memories, even if bad memories create, like I don't have to go through this. So bad memories also help us sometimes, but positive, there are maximum positive experiences you can collect with you and incorporate in your behavior, in personality, so that you won't be negative to others. You just spread positivity to others. And stories, yes, stories. This is the I don't know anyone will say that they don't like stories. We all love stories. We all love to listen stories, and there are stories in India, in any part of the world. I think there are many folklores, folk tales, at least having many inspirations. You can just listen to those stories, and if you just think of those stories, and you will get very motivational kind of experience. You can get inspiration from those stories. So before ending, this is story time. Let's start with, I just want to end with few stories. So let's start with story. Just a Smile. Yes, the story is Just a Smile. We all know this bridge, Golden Gate Bridge, the suicide point of, I have read. Majority of the suicides are, maximum highest rate of suicides are done here. So the story actually goes like this. During the 70s, a suicide jumper, they actually jumped from that bridge and died. Very less, I think 2 or 3 are surviving currently after committing, means after jumping from the suicide. Majority have died. So the story is like, during the 70s, a suicide jumper from the Golden Gate Bridge left a note, and that read, I am going to walk to the breach. If one person smiles at me on the way, I will not jump. So this is actually what I have read is true. So how much a smile, or just one smile, can impact someone's life? This story can just tell you that if just one person, this is smile is very much free. But then again, we don't smile frequently. We are a stranger. Why we should smile to a stranger or anyone? But positive approach will always give you a positive feedback. So if you smile, just try this exercise. When you smile to anyone, XYZ, you even don't knowing anyone, a stranger, he or she will also smile you back. So that's what reaction and action reaction goes on. So smile. This is how much important was a smile to save a person. A smile sometimes might be very important to somebody who is experiencing going through a bad situation, bad experience right now in his or her life. Just smile. It doesn't cost anything, but can give a very impact. It can impact someone's life very nicely. So this is the story of a son who is actually, this is a story of a son to whom some people used to come like, we have this problem. They discuss their problems and everything. One day that wise man actually told a joke to his audience. Everyone laughed, like they roared with laughter. Then again, after a few minutes, he again repeated that joke. Few people laughed. And at the end, he again, when he just told that joke for the third time, nobody laughed. So then he told, okay, fine. You can't laugh at the same joke over and over. So why you always cry about the same problem? We can even think about us. When some problem is there, we always talk about that problem and somehow get worried. We just, it is like a vicious cycle of that problem. We just talk and move round and round with that problem. We don't even think of anything else. So this is what I want to say by this, that find out the solutions. Try to find out solutions. There are. If there is a problem, there must be a solution. And just we have to search it. Like positivity, we have to search that solution. So this is one. And the last, but not the least story, but this is the last story of my presentation, the starfish. Once there was a old man who was roaming in a beach, and he saw a child throwing something inside that sea. Then he came closer to that child and asked, "What are you doing? Why you are throwing this starfish to this sea back? Sun will rise. Sun is coming up, and when it will be in the high, with its heat, these starfish will die. So I am throwing them back to the sea." Then that person told, "There are tens and thousands of starfish. It is very difficult for you to throw every starfish inside the sea." Then the child didn't reply. He just took one starfish, and that person told, "It doesn't make any difference if you are throwing starfish." The child didn't spoke anything. He just picked up one starfish and just throw it into the sea and told, "It made a difference to that one." Yes, it made a difference to that one. I don't want to go everyone touching that be positive, be positive. If someone is influenced, if someone is getting a better life for me, that's enough for me. I don't want to make difference in everyone's life. If one person is influenced by me, if one person is inspired by me, then that is enough for me. And this is what actually these three stories are quite interconnected. That's why I have written here. When you are happy, you can smile, and then you think about your worries in a positive way, and you try to make a difference. And yes, this is where we are. We are talking about positive psychology and making positive changes to others. How positive psychology? It is not about only about positive psychology. The positive approach we have towards others, the approach towards first, we have to settle down in our life. Like we have to have peace. If I don't have that peace inside me, I can't give you that satisfaction, that peace of mind, Like, okay, I am not going to conflict with you. I don't have to fight with you. That if I'm worried, if I'm anxious, I will have conflict. But if I'm settled down with my mind, I am settled down with peace, I won't find point to fight with you. So this will lead to a positive, better life, and finally a happy life, which we tag as happy. We have a happy life. Thank you. It's, at the end also, I'm telling it, it's our choice what we want. We all have a devil and angel inside us. Yes, we all have. Whenever we want, so it is our choice to choose what we want to be in any situation. In a very negative situation, you can become devil. Okay, you can blame the situation, but it's, again, I will say, it is up to you. You want to be a devil, you want to show your devil side, or you being a positive person, being an optimistic person, you want to show your angel side by influencing others, by giving a positive approach, positive hope to others. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you
Nandiya?
want to be happy, don't dwell in past. Don't worry about future. Live in present and enjoy the moment. Thank you so much, Bhageshri ma'am, for such positive words. We often forget about our virtues and strengths. I'm sure it will help us a lot. Thank you so much for your wise words.
Thank you.
Now, I would like to welcome our next invited speaker, Mrs. Sweta Bhatta Ghosh. She has done Masters in Psychology from Kolkata, currently practicing as a school counselor in Aditya Birla Academy. Over to you, Sweta ma'am. Hello, Sweta ma'am. Hello.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. You may continue.
Okay. Hello, good evening, everybody. First, I would like to thank Khalid sir for giving me this platform to share my ideas, point of views, and techniques that I use with my students and suggest their parents to use it, to practice it at their home too. So today I will be discussing on the topic of how to incorporating positive psychology in school going children. Just a minute. What is positive psychology? Positive psychology is a scientific approach to studying human thoughts, feelings, and behavior with a focus on strengths instead of weakness, building the good in life instead of instead of repairing the bad, and taking the lives of average people up to great instead of focusing solely on moving those who are struggling up to normal. Now, let us discuss about the focuses of positive psychology. There are three types of focuses. Positive experiences like happiness, joy, inspiration, and love. Then there's positive states and traits like gratitude, resilience, and compassion. Then positive institutions, how to apply all the positive principles in an entire organization and institutions. Now, what are the benefits of positive psychology? Happiness is contagious. Those with happy friends and significant others are more likely to be happy in the future. Then acts of kindness. People who perform acts of kindness toward others not only get a boost in well-being, but also are more preferred and accepted by their peers. Gratitude. Gratitude is a big contribute to happiness in life. And this suggests that the more we cultivate gratitude, the happier we will be. Happiness, character strengths, relationships, all of these act as a buffer whenever we feel disappointed, or we face a setback. Then experiences. I feel investing money over experiences can boost far more happiness in your life rather than investing on materialistic possessions. Now, we all know Martin Seligman, one of the founder of positive psychology, has introduced this PARMA model. So PARMA model in schools, when applied in schools, educationers and practitioners try to aim positive mental health among teachers as well as students. Well, all of our guest of honors, Dimpy ma'am, Poojan ma'am, all of them have already shared their point in PARMA model very beautifully yesterday. Still, I would like to add, PARMA encompasses 5 main points and elements that Seligman premised as critical for long-term well-being. Positive emotions. Feeling positive emotions such as joy, gratitude, interest, and hope. Then there is engagement, being fully absorbed in activities that may use your skills but also challenges you. Relationships, having positive relationships is also very important. Meaning, belonging to and serving something you believe is bigger than yourself. The last one is accomplishment, means pursuing success, winning achievements, and mastery. Now, how to use positive psychology at home? So, well, we often give too much of emphasis on what is wrong with our child rather than what is right with them. So I will share some ways with positive psychology at practicing by which you can practice at home and achieve and see at the points where what is right with your child. The first one is the good things list. So get your child, these are the methods that I'll be sharing. First one is the good things list. Get your child to write down 3 good things that happened that day. They will think about those good things, why they have happened. And this will help shift their thinking from all the bad things to the good things in their life. The next one is relationship. It is very important. You should make sure that you spend quality time with your child. If not you, of course, you as parents, it is very important to share your time with your child. Also, if there is some special relatives, friends, they should also, your child should also spend some quality time with them as well. That's where your relationship with other people as well as you your bond gets strong. Then random acts of kindness. Get your child to do one thing a day and ask them to show kindness to someone else. Now, when this activity is done, take them to your arms and ask them how this kindness, this nice thing that your child has done, how does it make him feel? And if also take preparations for next week, ask him if he wants to do something else in the next week for someone else, how that will make him feel. Then there's the gratitude jar. Get your child and tell him to write down 5 things that he feels he is grateful for, and tell him to fold it and keep it in a side. After a week, at the end of the week, sit with your child and ask them, read it with him and ask him how he found all these things, and focus on all the wonderful things that he already has, and learn him and make him learn how to appreciate all those things. Then there's goal chart. You should always make some goal chart, some short term as well as some long term goal charts with your child. And after a few time, sit with your child, make a list of take out that list of goal chart and try to make a tick of them, because this will feel with every accomplishment when your child will see that there is a tick on every achievement, on the goals that he has set it for himself. When there is a tick that beside it, it will make him more it will grow him, he will grow himself within himself and feel more accomplished. Then savoring the moment. It is very important, as I already said, to spend time with your child. Take out a part of your child's routine that you both enjoy and slow down so that your child can enjoy each and every moment. Now there is now I will like to share the how to use positive psychology in classroom. Though I know that nowadays our children's classroom exists in virtual world only, but still I believe these techniques will be helpful there as well. First one is identifying strengths. Asking students to think about someone that he admires. Then ask him to write down some of the characteristics, some of the like what are the things that he likes about that person. By this, in other words, he will learn how to look at the strengths of other people. Then there's strength 360 degree. Having students ask friends, teachers, parents, and others to identify the students' strengths. Secret strength spotting. Having students secretly observe another classmate in the classroom for a week and writing down strengths they observe during that time. Gratitude letter. Ask your student to write a letter to somebody that he is grateful for. This will help him to understand this will help him to appreciate the things that he already possesses. Then there's gratitude graph. Students are asked to write one or more things they feel grateful for on individual sticky notes. There comes some sticky notes, so he can write all those things, one or more things that he is grateful for on those sticky notes, and ask them to plot it somewhere in the classroom, so that the classroom graph with categories of can categorize it of people, event, and some places, etc. Then there is gratitude box. Students are asked to write write the things that they are grateful for in some cheap papers and ask them to drop in the gratitude box. After the week, at the last day of your school day, when the week ends, just take out all those notes and read them aloud in front of your students. Now, what will happen? Each and every student, all of them are, as we all know, we individuals are different from with each and other. We all have our qualities and expectations and everything, and we have different aspects in our life to see our point of views and everything. So what will happen? Each and every student will get to know other things that they may not know. Okay, they have it and they may not put that much of interest in it, but when they will hear that other students have put importance to that particular point, they will also emphasize on that point and will feel great about themselves. Now, cooperating learning groups. Splitting up your class among some small groups to work on some specific topics or tasks. Now ask them, after some time, ask them to teach about those topics to some other small groups. By this, they will learn in a group, and will share knowledges and will make a bond with the peer group. Active constructive responding. Now, having students practice active as opposed to passive, and constructive as opposed to destructive responses. Supportive sticky notes. Now, having students write on a sticky note something they appreciate about a classmate, and tell them to stick it on their desk so that that classmate can see it and feel good about himself. Like quite often we have seen in a class full of students, some are less motivated and feel very left alone and all that. Now if you secretly, you as a teacher secretly ask your any student to ask him that observe this person and just embrace him, embrace his qualities and observe him, and if you just put it forward in front of him, he will feel this, by this he will feel good about himself. Secret acts of kindness. Now students are secretly assigned in this method. What happens, students are secretly assigned some partners. Now then they are asked to take more care to that particular partner for a week or so. So with this, what happens, that particular, as I said, we often see some of the students may feel left alone. Some of them may not be, having some kind of issues in their families, and also they are disturbed and all these things. But when they will have a comfort zone, a comfort person in their classroom as a peer, as a friend, then he will be much more better place in his mind in the classroom as well. So this technique will help them there. Now there's 3 good things. Now students are asked to write three good things that happen to them each and every day, each and every week, for a week. Then reflect on why these good things have happened and how by changing behavior, these good things can happen more often to them. Now, positive teaching, mood trackers and worksheets. For teachers who are ready to implement positive psychology in their classrooms, here are a few worksheets to get started. Daily mood chart. This daily mood chart helps students to track their mind in an entire school day. So this simple self-report chart will help students better understand their mood throughout the school week, school day and the week. Teachers can also use it as a group mood chart to track the class's engagement level as well. It will help the teacher also making more interesting if they find that some of the students are feeling left alone and not putting much concentration, attention in the classroom and all. Then teacher will also be
Hello, Shweta ma'am. I think she disconnected. Hello. 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 Hello, Shweta ma'am. Can you hear us? Am I audible to you? Sorry for that technical glitch. I think she was disconnected due to some technical issues. Thank you so much for the wise words. Am I audible to all?
Yeah, please. Yes, okay.
The greatest gift you can give your children are the roots of responsibility and the wings of independence. Thank you, Shweta ma'am, for these wonderful tips. And we like to hear you again, but due to technical issues, she got disconnected. So I would like to welcome Anvesha Chakrabarti. She has done her master's in stress psychology. Currently, she is working as a rehabilitation psychologist in Kolkata. Ma'am, over to you.
Good evening, everyone. Especially, I'd like to thank Khalid sir for giving me this wonderful opportunity to spread positivity. You know, positivity is like vibes. If you spread more, it will benefit many people. Only you have to believe in yourself that you can. That is positivity. Yes, problem will be there. Problem is a part of our life, but in problem also, if you think positively, if you've been optimistic, it will help you to come out from the problem. So I'd like to share my PPT. Just a second. I hope it is there in everyone's screen.
Yes.
Thank you. So today I would like to present how to boost positivity in your life. Now, what is positive psychology? Positive psychology, as we know, it is the scientific study of the studying of the good life. Life is, as I already said, life is full of surprises. It has different shades like sadness, anger, ups and downs. Maybe you are afraid of something. But if you want, remember, if you want, simultaneously you can be positive too. Now, before me, all other psychologists already told about pharma model. Still, I would like to say something. As pharma model says, it is including 5 meaningful aspects. It's starting with the P. P means positive emotion, optimism. Every morning when you are starting a day, stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself, it will be a good day. Have some belief, have some optimism. Then E means engagement. It means flow and continuous. It should be continuous throughout your life. There's you may have some problem, you have may some issues, but still you should not stop. You have to go with the flow. Then R means relationship. Now it's a busy world. We all are busy with our works, but still try to connect you with people as much as you can. Develop new ideas while meeting with new people. Then M means meaning. Having a purpose, what you want to do in your life. And while telling yourself what is your goal, don't give all your focus to your goal only. Please do focus on the roads too. The roads leading you to reaching the goal. Then A means accomplishment. Have some realistic goals. Pride in yourself. End of every single day, again stand in front of the mirror and say to yourself, wow, you did a great job. Now, how to boost positivity in your life? Here, firstly, I'm going to describe Maslow's hierarchy. It includes 5 stages. The first one is biological and physiological needs. It includes all the basic needs which is necessary for our survival. Next is safety. We want both physical and emotional safety. In the next stage, we want someone to love and to be loved. Then we want recognition from the society. Now, if all these needs adequately satisfied, then only we can reach self-actualization. But what we do? We always complain. We are not satisfied with our life. As the great poet said, নদীর এপার কহে ছাড়িয়া নিঃশ্বাস, ওপারেতে সব সুখ আমার বিশ্বাস. We always think others are happy more than us. Please don't compare your life with others. Be thankful whatever you have. Be happy with small things, small objects, small subjects. Maybe someone is there who is praying to God for something you already have. Next, while selecting your goals, it is not necessary to always fight with the situation. You know, sometimes flight should be the proper way to get rid of something. Whenever you are in a troubleful situation, do one thing. Take a notebook, write down all the things with the dreams which is already comes true, and find that what are the ways how you have succeed on the past goals and you already achieved it. But at the last, you know, life is not about always having. Sometimes it is giving also. Work hard. If something is really meant to be yours, you will get it. No, don't worry, you will get it. Now, as our society always pushes us that, oh God, you are this age, you don't have any job. Oh God, you have crossed your marriage age. When you will get married? Oh God, still you are finding job. Oh God, your friends are already in the top of the success. But you know what is the reality? Success has no time limits. Believe me. Maybe someone is getting success by the age of 28, or someone will get it later also. We all know the comeback story of Saurav Ganguly. Boman Irani, he though starts his film career at the mid age of his 30. McDonald's, we all love, isn't it? He also started his business at the age of 52. Can you believe this? Samuel Jackson, Hollywood lovers, all of us know him. He also started. He got his first break at the age of 43. See, so much age varieties are there. So if you are not getting in a particular age, don't think that you won't get it. Actually, you know, life is like a cricket match. Let's take, there are 6 balls. Doing something, society tells you, oh, it's impossible, you can't do it. Tell them, I am possible. Here I would like to share one story. Once a man was passing some elephants. He suddenly stopped, confused by the fact that these huge creatures were being held by only a small rope tied to their front leg. No chains, even no cages. It was obvious that elephant can easily break it. So there was a trainer too. He asked the trainer that why this animal just stood there and made no attempt to get away. Then the trainer replied, when they are very young and much smaller, we use the same size of rope to tie them, and at that age, it's enough to hold them. As they grow up, They are conditioned to believe they cannot break away. They believe the rope can still hold them. So they never try to break free. Now think like elephants. How many of us go through life hanging onto a belief only that we cannot do, simply because others are saying so, or maybe we failed at it once before. Failure is the part of learning. It's a part of life. Never give up. Again, keep trying. Very important. Don't judge people. We easily judge people. Whenever we are hearing something or we are observing something, we easily starting judging this, that, oh, this, that, so and so. Here also, I would like to share one story, a heart-touching story actually. A 24-year boy seeing out from the train's window and shouted, "Dad, look at the trees are going behind." Dad smiled, and a young couple also sitting nearby. And they looked at that 24-year-old childish behavior and they were so pity. Okay. After some time, again, suddenly, the boy again shouted, "Dad, look, the clouds are running with us." Then the couple couldn't resist and they said to the old man, "Why don't you take your son to a good doctor?" The old man smiled and said, "I did. And we are just coming from the hospital. My son was blind from birth. He just got his eyes today." See, every single person on the planet has a story. So please don't judge. At least don't judge people before you truly know them. Maybe the story can surprise you. Now, empathy. Spreading, before spreading positivity, empathy should be the basic thing which you should show. Don't put yourself first. You have to put yourself in that person's shoes. Maybe once you are listening some problem, maybe from your side it's you are observing it as a 6. It might be 9 from the other side. So while you are listening someone's problem, you have to put yourself on that person's side. You have to understand that how the person, what is the situation, what is the feeling the person is going through. Show care and concern. Tell them, if you are listening such a problem, you tell them that yes, one support is here. If nobody is there, I am here. After one sadistic incident already happened some 1 month ago, one actor passed away. Maybe it's a suicide or murder. That's a different issue. But after that, in the virtual media, everyone was talking about that you should share your feelings. You should share if you are in problem. But one post I came through that one of my friend asked whom to talk. Why? People we judge. If you are listening to others, if you are listening others, don't tell, oh, yeah, it's a simple common thing. It's happened with everyone. No, it's not. It's not happening with someone, others also. It's a particular problem. We have 5 fingers, and if 5 fingers are different from each other, then every problem also different from each other. Don't say like this. It's a common thing. You just ask the person, oh God, what happened? How it happened? How you are feeling now? And if you are having now the virtual world, we have practiced for texting or WhatsApping, sending emojis, all this. If you are hearing something, maybe it's a happy story also, success story also. Don't only give one smiley or a heart Or if it is a birthday wish too, don't only write happy birthday with some cake emojis. Call the person at least. Share your happiness that you are also happy, or maybe you are also, you can feel that person's problem. Your voice will be like one positive vibes for that person who's the other side. The person will think, yes, something is there who is happy for my situation, truly happy. And yes, something, if it is a problem, yes, someone is there at least who will listen to my problem, who will care for my problem. And while listening, please don't run ahead of the conversation. Don't say ki, oh, please, I am in a hurry, please fast. What is the conclusion? What happened at the last? You say, don't do it. Take your time, sit with the person, listen the whole story stage by stage. Show your emotional support. Yes, you are truly there. You are not leaving that person. Show some support. Only if you can do this, then only you are showing your empathy, not a sympathy. So last, I would like to say, please share your positivity. Always be positive in every situation. At least try to be positive. Life is full of ups and downs. Life is full of surprises. It has its own shades. Every day, sun is rising. That means, yes, every problem has its own solution. Remember, in the exam halls, once you are having, especially for maths exam, if there is a wrong problem is there, you are unable to come up with the solution. And if you attempt that problem, you are getting grace marks, additional marks for that subject. For life also it is same. God created every problems with one solution. Just what you need, that you need to look into clearly with your problems. Don't focus all the time with your problems. Like Anjana ma'am said, don't cry with same problem always. Keep on focusing on the solutions too. Trust me, you will be happy. And you can spread positivity to the whole world. So thanking you. That's all.
You cannot do kindness too soon because you never know how soon it will be too late. Thank you so much, Anvisha ma'am, for your insightful
Thank you.
knowledge and sharing us such positive words. And I would like to inform you all that we again have Shweta ma'am with us. Her slide was just for 5 minutes more, so she can continue. Please, ma'am, over to you.
Hello everyone, I'm very sorry. There was some technical glitch. I don't know what happened and suddenly it just went all black. I'm very sorry. I'll take a very few minutes and just wrap up my slides and wrap up my presentation. Just give me some time. Just a minute. Okay, so where was I? I was in the methods. I was discussing about the methods, the mood trackers, and worksheets for using in the classroom. If the teachers who are listening right now at this moment and who will see this video furthermore, if they're interested to incorporate positive psychology in their classroom situations, via virtual platform or in their main classroom, they can use these techniques with their students, among their students. First one is Delhi mood chart. So this daily mood chart helps students track their mood throughout the school day. This simple self-report chart will help students better understand their mood during the school day in a whole week. This will also help the teachers to understand the group mood chart of the and to track the class's engagement levels. You know what will happen, because teachers will know, as I have already told you guys, that in a class full of students, we often see some are not paying attentions and some are lacking out there. They might have some kind of disturbance or facing some problems and all. So what will happen, teacher will notice by this chart also, teachers can see, okay, the students are facing some kind of problems. So the teacher also can introduce some very energetic and innovative ideas in their teaching sessions. So this will be helpful for the teachers as well. Then there is positive steps to well-being. Now, this one-page worksheet is simply a list of things to keep in the mind for well-being. It includes tips on keeping perspective, exercising, sleeping, relaxing, connecting with others, and more. This would be a good worksheet to hand out to the students so that they can keep it in their folders as a constant reminder, and could also be hung up in a classroom, that whenever the students are entering the classroom, they will if it is fitted in a classroom in a big banner, whenever the students are entering the classroom and they see this positive steps of being of well-being in their life, of incorporating well-being in their life, they will usually feel motivated and energetic. The last one is 3 good things worksheet. This is a worksheet which asks someone to list 3 good things that happen to them every day and to reflect on those things. After each day, one should reflect on why the good things have happened and how they can change their behavior to make those good things happen more often to them. Now, as conclusion, to achieve positive psychology, we require students' happiness. As we all know, and research also has shown that children who are happy and emotionally supported have better emotional and academic outcomes. For that reason alone, I feel schools should implement positive psychology's teachings into their classroom. Another one is teachers' happiness. That is also very important. While implementing these teachings, however, schools also must not forget to overburden their teachers. Researchers shows that teachers' well-being modifies the emotional and academic outcomes of their students. So, I will conclude my topic with the note that teachers' happiness as well as students' happiness should be the main goal of positive psychology. Thank you so much for investing your time, your valuable time, and for being with me patiently. Thank you. Over to you, Nandini. Thank you so much for giving me this time.
Thank you so much, Shweta ma'am, for giving us such a wise tips so that we all can inculcate in our life and our children can do much more better in their life too. Thank you so much for your presentation. Anyone have any queries can drop your messages and your queries in chat box so that we can deliver it to our speakers. You have time, you can send your queries to all the speakers and tell them and ask them about your queries. Thank you so much all. The aim of positive psychology is to catalyze a change in psychology from a preoccupation only with repairing the worst thing in life and to also building the best quality of life. I would like to thank everyone present here, our chief guest, invited speakers, and all the participants who listened to us patiently and calmly.
I would like to thank Khalid sir for giving us such an opportunity to be in stage and to speak about the positive psychology and the necessity of positive psychological approach in our present day life. As we all know that in this situation we are already having so much trouble in our life. So I hope this webinar will help you a lot to cope up with all the stress and all the issues in your life and live your life happily. As I already mentioned, please live your life, and in the present situation, don't dwell in the past and don't worry about your future. Your life will be more happy and you will spread happiness in all of the world. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Khalid sir. I would like to request Khalid sir for giving a thanks note and end this meeting in a beautiful manner. Khalid sir, please.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. I was continuously with all the speakers, resource persons, and I understand that they knows far, far better than me because they are the young and young generation. They are very much exceptionally, they have explained their views, thoughts, and very practical and realistic. Really, I am very, very impressed for their excellent wordings, excellent ideas, excellent knowledge and sharing with all the participants and all of us. Thank you very much. In future, you will raise the psychology in the practical field, and we're going. You are the person who will raise the psychology in the practical daily life. Thank you, everybody. Nandini, thanks to every other participants for their patience hearing. And thanks to Anjana ma'am and Sunita ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Nandini. You have presented also excellent. You are a psychologist, but you had no time to talk about the. Anyway, we came to know also from your side. Also, nice words you have explained to everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
sir.
sir.
Here I am ending this meeting. Hope we will meet soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.